Good morning. Good morning. It's 6 in the morning on this Wednesday. Hump day. Hump day. Hump day. Yeah. I just went and finished my walk. Didn't really walk. I went to bed early last night. I actually tried to go to bed early, about 10 o'clock, 9:45, and got a few text messages and a few calls, and then all of a sudden I was wide awake, and so I came up here to get something from Tracy and ended up just staying up here. I was going to stay at Mom and Dad's last night, try out one of their big beds, because we have a queen size bed. And oh, my socks are on my shoulder. Came up here to get some clothes. They have a king size bed, we have a queen, and so me and Tracy and of course her dog Boppy sleeps, and so I'm just like this all night, and I have to wake up and turn about every couple hours because my body just things start going numb and start going to sleep. And so I slept good last night. Finally went to sleep probably about 10:30 or so. Woke up about 5:15, and yeah, I remember this little girl. Remember this little girl from the little church? I have such a soft heart. Shelby wanted her so bad, and I thought, she doesn't look like anybody's cat. She's there by herself. And so we brought her home. She's been staying in our little tent. She doesn't really like the other animals just because she's not used to being around them. So we're slowly introducing her to the other animals. But she wants to hiss every time she sees them. I think it's a she. I'm pretty sure it's a she. I don't know. I don't know. We probably need to get her fixed if it's a she. We're going to have little baby kittens. We don't want baby kittens. No baby kittens. I don't even like cats. I'm not a cat person. But like I said, I like Ripley because she gets rid of our mice and she gets rid of our moles. I told Shane, I said he needs a barn cat to get rid of his mice up in his barn, but he don't like cats at all. Worse than I do. He was one of the guys that texted me last night at 10 and said, I think I bought you another donkey. Bought me a donkey? I don't even have pasture. He's the one that has pasture. He's the one who has 30 sheep and 2 donkeys. And I think he was saying that to justify maybe he knows he shouldn't have bought another donkey, but he did. So right now her name is Becky. Becky the donkey. I haven't seen her yet. So yeah, I walked up to, I was going to do my walk, and I'm kind of in a hurry this morning to get to a client and then go back up to my client I was at yesterday. And so I just, instead of doing my walk, I didn't have anybody to walk with because Dad's out of town. I walked from my house to Mom and Dad's. And I was going to get in the shower, then I realized I was going to get something out of my truck, and I thought, my truck's at my house. I got to walk back down to my house. So I walked back down to my house. So back and forth, it's about a half mile. Our whole lane down and back is about a mile. So I did half of it. So at least got me going this morning. Drank my cup of joe. Now I'm drinking my bottle of water. And yeah, I was thinking about this morning was startup companies, small companies, hobby companies. Because my wife, I've talked about her. She's recently started baking cookies, and she is baking, this week she's baking like 5,000 or 6,000 cookies. And at this festival, she had to, in order to sell them at her festival, she had to bake them in a commercial kitchen. So she found a place down in Martinsville, this art sanctuary, just kind of a community building. And they had a commercial kitchen, and she went down there with her mom yesterday. It was downstairs. They had to lug everything downstairs, wore them out, and the oven does not bake near as fast as her oven. And so she kept putting the cookies, taking them out, putting them back in, taking them out, putting them back in. She was not happy about that. And so, yeah, she didn't bake very many cookies, and she's got to go back Thursday, and she's just going to bake another small batch so she can at least say, yeah, she went and baked them at a commercial kitchen. So anyway, yeah, so she started this little business, more of a hobby. I mean, she's doing it. She's never really had to work. You know, when we were younger, she stayed at home with the kids. She did some waitressing here and there, worked for her parents delivering pizzas when they had the general store. But, you know, we've been able to make it on just one income. I mean, we've had to live frugally. We never had cable, you know, things like that. People think that's a necessity for life. Our kids grew up without cable television. It's not a necessity. We didn't go on, you know, Florida vacations once or twice a year. I think we took like 2 vacations. One down to Florida, and Tracy paid for it when she made hats. She sold $2,000 worth of hats, crocheting hats, back, just right before she got sick. And so she's been doing this, and she's gonna try to make a little extra money to help with her medical bills. And so yeah, I thought about these things on YouTube. You can turn on ads, and I guess when people watch the ads, the more people that watch the ads on your YouTube videos, that YouTube will start sending you a little bit of money based on if you get a lot of views. And so I'll probably turn on ads on here, and if you see them, you can hit skip, but it's only like 30-second ads. You can watch them. If you do watch them, just remember that you're helping us out. You know, we're just making a little extra money for her ongoing medical expenses. I mean, they haven't been a ton. They haven't been, you know, putting us under. We've been so blessed that she's had insurance, and insurance has paid for a ton of it. I mean, her treatments are pretty expensive every month. And usually we don't get the bills from them until 6-8 months down the road. So it's usually forgotten about them, and then you get them and you're like, ah, crap. So those usually come in towards the end of the year when we actually have to start paying them. Usually at the beginning of the year when we start the new year, and at the end of the year is usually when they come in. So yeah, if you see ads on here, I'd ask, just go ahead and watch them, and I'll see if, I don't know how YouTube works, but I know they pay your CPM or whatever that's called based on how many views and how long people watch the ads on here. So I haven't had time to even go in and turn on the ads, so that's why there's not any ads in the videos. But yeah, being in the business we're in, you know, our company is just, right now it's just me and Dad, and we had just hired a part-time girl to help out with some of the office stuff so that we can stay on billable work. But we haven't really, for 15 years, I would say, not really, I wouldn't say we were business owners. And I don't even really technically own any part of the business. It's all Dad. But I think we pretty much just owned a job. You know, we just had a job where we didn't have to have a supervisor or a boss or a manager over us. Which now we're starting to try to bring on a few people, trying to find some more like subcontractors. I found a guy he's just starting in the tech world, a young guy. He works for Simon, and he's trying to start his own PC repair shop. And yeah, I've kind of partnered with him. He did his first job for me last night. It was a simple, small 1-2 computer company tree service that he went down and just basically replaced the computer with a newer computer, a newer screen, another printer. And so, and then I've had another programmer, a guy that's kind of in between jobs that I met in Chicago, and he's helped me do a couple projects. And so we're just kind of trial and error. We've got to find somebody that can work, but we can still make money off of them, and can work proficiently, can actually get the jobs done so it doesn't cost us money. And so just trying to build that up to actually be a business and not just own a job, because that's kind of what we've done. That's kind of what Tracy's doing. She's basically, I think it's more of a hobby. She's starting out, and she's given a lot of cookies away as advertising. And I had these mugs made. Let me go get that mug. Hang on. Okay, yeah. So I left the other one up there. Oop, I just set on something. My glasses. So yeah, here's I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of dark in here, but it says the Owl's Nest. It's got a little logo on it, and if you turn it around, it's kind of got a wood thing on it, and then there at the thing it says the Owl's Nest, and it says Tracy White. I only had a limited number of characters to type on, and so I went ahead and got the big ones, which I'm glad I did. But I should have put the Owl's Nest and then her phone number or her Facebook page. But we just ordered a couple of those. She's gonna make a couple bucks on those, and she ordered some water tumblers, and then we're having the stickers printed up for the water tumblers, and she's having some other stickers printed up that can just be stuck on something. And then she had a couple shirts printed up with her new logo, and so yeah, those should be in this week too. And she's going to sell those along with her cookies Saturday at Colonel Potter's Day. So should be an exciting, fun day. I'm sure she'll probably go live. I'll probably take some videos. What do you want, baby? I forget her name. Shelby named her something in Harry Potter, not Slytherin, something. But yeah, just starting up a small company. Being in the business that we're in, I have been able to, because I go in to help businesses with their computers, with their network, with their infrastructure, with their software that runs their business. Wrote a lot of software, maintained a lot of different software, and so I've seen, and it's mostly small to mid-sized businesses. Mostly, we got a few that's kind of teetering on the mid-sized, and mid-sized, I think, I might be wrong, but I think over 10 million. Most of our clients and customers are under 10 million in gross revenue. My phone shut off because my alarm went off, and now I may have to have part 2 to the video because I have not had time to edit anything and splice the videos together. So you'll have to forgive me for having 2 parts to this video. They're not even very long, but I didn't want to just cut it off there. But yeah, being able to go into small businesses and see how they run, get to know the owners, how they started. I've noticed over the years, a lot of the successful ones have started a lot of different other businesses and bankrupted them or failed at them. And I think that's the thing, is I am a type of person, I don't want to start something unless I know everything's going to work out. And I don't think you can really do that. Just to be successful, you just got to try it. You got to try and keep, just jump into it. You got to jump in feet first, and if it fails, then it fails, and you can just pick yourself up and start again. Try not to get into too much debt, of course, because then you'll be working on getting yourself out of debt for a long time. And I noticed that some of these companies that are successful, they've had 4 or 5 the companies that they bankrupted before one took off. And then once they start getting bigger in their smaller companies, they start going into different things, or adding more companies, more. The one client I've worked for 30 some years, he's been finding these small businesses that are similar in his industry and buying them, and then just consuming them into his companies. And he's been doing that. He'd get a loan from the bank, he'd buy the company, and then pay the loan off over the next 3 to 5 years. And then after that, it's all, he's starting to make money. And so it takes time, but man, he has probably 10 companies now over the last 10 years. And he's still doing it. He's got locations all over the U.S. And I just maintain his ERP system, continually improve it, continually maintain it. So, sorry about the second part to this video. I know it's going to be short, and I don't have time to splice them together unless I can use iMovie. I might try that. I think you can do that with iMovie on your phone. I know there's an app, but yeah, I just want to talk about, starting up a business or small business. My cousin Shane, he used to do construction work type thing for a living, and he realized, I'm going to get too old to be doing this. And he bought the local flower shop, and then he turned around and he bought the local greenhouse, and he's been going gangbusters. He should be at the tipping point of paying off the business to where, he should really start being able to make a good cash flow. Not that I don't know that he is now. I don't know all the details, but yeah, he's the one that just bought me the donkey, not him. So I guess I got a donkey, but I like taking care of his sheep and his donkeys. They're fun. I like going out and hanging out with the donkeys, and they're just they're neat, they're cute. I like animals. I'm a big animal person. So yeah, if you've been thinking about starting that business, that small business, man, just jump into it. Find somebody that started a business and get some tips, get some things that you should try and things that you shouldn't. But don't go into big debt to start your business. If you want to start a lawn mowing company, don't go borrow money to buy the $10,000 lawnmowers that you're going to be not making any money for the first couple of years. Start out little, get something you can pay for, and then make that cash flow. Work hard at it. That's the biggest thing. You got to work hard at it, and you got to love it. I've always, over the years, because I've worked with these different companies, thought, I might like it better if I worked for one of these companies, one of these corporate companies, so that I have a secure, 9 to 5 job. I'd have benefits. That's the biggest thing when you're a very small company and you just basically own your job, is the health insurance benefits there aren't none. And so you've got to pay high deductible premiums just to get your health insurance. But we've been lucky. We've been with the Obamacare. Somehow we got on a plan that's got a little bit of subsidy from the federal, and so that pays part of our premium, and then we pay the other part of the premium. And with Tracy going through this for cancer for the last 5 years, it has saved us big time. But she's doing this to help a little bit with medical expenses. I'm doing this, like I said, if I might turn on ads and make a couple bucks off Google. Like I said, I don't know how they pay. I've seen some content creators that just say Google's totally changed their business model, and it's really hard to make money being a YouTube content creator. So I'll figure it out, but I got to get going, get shower, get ready. It should be starting getting light out here in about a half hour. And yeah, if you're thinking about starting that small business, go ahead and just jump into it, man. Jump into it. And have hump day, Wednesday. So I seen a guy yesterday. I went to the pub and got a quesadilla, and I was sitting outside with Charlie. And they asked him how his work was, and he said, every day's Monday except Friday. Like, what? It's like, every day sucks except Friday. Why Friday? Well, because I know I'm getting ready to be done. That's somebody that hates their job. If you hate your job, find something that you like to do. Even if you don't make as much money, you'd be so much happier. You'd be so much healthier. So, I don't know, hump day, get through the rest of the week, be kind to others out there, and just keep on keeping on.